Up guys, we're back at it. Jub-Jub is back in court in the system of our law. Listen to this.
The musician handed himself over to the police at the Brixton police station in Johannesburg. This after a warrant of arrest was issued against him. His legal representative says Jub-Jub has lost faith in the justice system. This after it emerged the alleged offences are said to have taken place between 2006 and 2010.
It's devastated. It's at the time where it doesn't understand what are these charges all about, why they crop up now. So he's so disappointed with the justice system and how things are being done. It seems like women are given so much power to an extent that they can bring him down any man who's rising up.
Maarohanya's bail conditions include handing over his travel documents to the investigating officer. He is not allowed to leave the country or make contact with the plaintiffs.
You can confirm as the NPA.
Okay, before the NPA confirms anything, I think it is important for us as South Africans to remember that there is something called the presumption of innocence in our law. Now, we may not like Jub-Jub, we may love Jub-Jub, that's immaterial. However, one thing we are forbidden to do is to pass judgment, because the court is there for that purpose. Let me show you something in our constitution, which is the supreme law of our land, section 35, subparagraph 3. There it is. I just want you to see that it's section 35. Let's go directly to subparagraph 3. Every accused person has a right to a fair trial, which includes the right to be informed of the charge with sufficient detail to answer it, to have adequate time and facilities to prepare a defense, to a public trial before an ordinary court, to have their trial begin and conclude without unreasonable delay, to be present when being tried, to choose and be represented by a legal practitioner, and to be informed of this right promptly, to have a legal practitioner assigned to the accused person by the state at the state expense if substantial injustice would otherwise result, and to be informed of this right promptly, to be presumed innocent, to remain silent, and not to testify during the proceedings. That's the point I just wanted to bring to the fore. Let us remember this. South Africa is a constitutional republic. What does that mean? That means the Constitution is a supreme law of our land. The Constitution, as a matter of fact, says this of itself. Listen to this. In paragraph 2, it says the supremacy of the Constitution. This Constitution is the supreme law of the Republic. Law or conduct inconsistent with it is invalid, and the obligations imposed by it must be fulfilled. Therefore, any conduct right now that seeks to take away Jub-Jub's rights, that conduct is unlawful in terms of the Constitution. Let's bear that in mind. Okay, let's revert back then to the NPA.
That Mr. Mulemo Maarohanya has been charged with 3 counts of rape, 2 counts of attempted murder, as well as 1 count of assault.
The NPA says Maarohanya's previous conviction has no bearing on the pending case.
Indeed, his previous case has no bearing on the current case. You would observe that I didn't comment on how far back to the charges date, just like his lawyer did. I deliberately did not comment on that because we have seen with R. Kelly, we have seen, in fact, a good example parallel to this is Bill Cosby. Many people think that Bill Cosby was released from jail because he didn't do what he has been alleged to have done. No, Bill Cosby was released out of jail because his prosecution was carried in an illegitimate manner. So it's like being caught having done the deed. However, when the police came to your house to pick up those menrex, they didn't have a warrant for your arrest or a search warrant. So they searched your house without a warrant. That case normally gets to be thrown out. Does that mean you are not a drug dealer? Does it mean you didn't have the drugs? Bear that in mind when you look at Cosby's case. Cosby was not released because he was not guilty. And Cosby's charges date more than 30 to 40 years ago. So Jub-Jub's lawyer's assertions means absolutely zero. Again, I would like to remind us, Jub-Jub is what? Presumed innocent until proven otherwise. I showed you that in our constitution. You know where to find it today. Okay, guys, that's my lot there. What do you think? Do you think that it is reasonable for these charges to be brought at this time? Should there be a statutory limit as to when people who have been offended? There is, for example, let me give you a practical example. When it comes to labor law, there are statutory limits. You can't bring a case to a CCMA after so many days if you have been dismissed. You see that? You can't bring a case of unfair dismissal or unfair labor practice or whatever the case may be when it comes to labor law. So should there be a similar thing being instituted here to say that people should not bring a case after so many years has lapsed from the offense? Do you think that that would be reasonable? Does it protect everybody concerned? Does it inspire others to go and report? What do you think? Give me a shout. Give me your comment down below. Okay, let's grow Zem's channel. Okay, bye.